It's loud. Not out here. In here. People think silence is quiet, but they've never heard a mind that refuses to stop talking. Every mistake, every regret, every what if plays on repeat. I've spent years trying to escape a place I could never walk away from. My own head. Every morning starts with a war. Before my feet touch the floor, my thoughts already have me pinned against the ropes. Fear tells me I'm too late. Doubt tells me I'm not enough. Anxiety writes stories that haven't happened, and somehow I believe them. I smile around people, then go home and argue with a version of myself nobody else can see. The loudest battle I've ever fought never made a sound. How do you find peace when your own mind won't stop? Starting war. I'm lost in my head. Every memory feels undead. Every dream gets filled with dread. Can't escape the words I've said. I'm searching for a lie inside a room I've kept completely dark. I overthink conversations that ended months ago. Replay moments like changing the ending will somehow change my life. I become my own detective, searching for problems that don't exist, building evidence against myself, convincing my heart that disaster is always one step away. I spent more time fighting imaginary battles than celebrating real victories. No wonder I'm exhausted. Maybe the mind isn't meant to be a prison. Maybe it's meant to become a place where hope learns to breathe. One night, I got tired of arguing with myself, so I asked a different question. What if every thought isn't a fact that changed everything? I stopped believing every voice that echoed through my head. Some belong to fear, some belong to old wounds, some belong to people who were no longer in my life. I finally realized not every thought deserved my trust. Healing didn't happen when the noise disappeared. Healing happened when I learned which voice to follow. Fear still speaks, but hope speaks louder. Not because it's louder, because I finally started listening. I was lost in my head. Now I'm finding pieces of myself. Again, the darkness still visits, but it no longer lives here. My thoughts no longer own me, they simply pass through. And every sunrise reminds me the mind that once held me captive can also become the place where freedom begins. If you're trapped inside your own thoughts, remember this: you are not every fear you feel. You are not every lie your anxiety whispers. You are the one listening, which means you also get to choose which voice leads you home. Sometimes the way out isn't finding a new mind. It's finally making peace with the one you already have. The strange thing about winning the battle in your mind is that it doesn't stay won. Tomorrow, the war starts again. Not because you're failing, because healing isn't a finish line, it's a daily decision. Some mornings, I wake up feeling lighter. Some mornings, the weight finds me before the sunlight does. The old thoughts still know my address. They knock like old friends. Remember who you used to be. Remember how you failed. I hear them, but I don't open the door. I've learned that every thought deserves to be questioned. Not every feeling deserves to become a belief. I used to confuse preparation with panic. I thought if I imagined every worst case scenario, I'd never be surprised. Instead, I was living through tragedies that never happened. My imagination became a horror movie directed by fear. I robbed myself of today's peace, trying to survive tomorrow's possibilities. Then I realized anxiety always asks for payment on a future that hasn't arrived. Maybe the strongest mind isn't the one that never doubts. Maybe it's the one that keeps moving, even while doubt is talking. I started writing down every lie my mind repeated, then answered each one with truth. You'll never change. Look how far you've already come. Nobody cares. Think about the people who stay. You're too broken. Broken things can still carry beauty. The notebook became a courtroom. Fear kept making accusations. Truth presented the evidence for the first time. Hope won the case. I found peace in unexpected places. Morning walks, coffee before sunrise, conversations where I didn't have to pretend the sound of rain without rushing to escape it. Life didn't suddenly become perfect. I simply stopped overlooking the small moments that reminded me I was alive. Maybe joy was never missing. Maybe I was too distracted looking for disaster. People think recovery looks dramatic. Sometimes it looks like answering the thorn. Taking a shower, going outside, laughing without feeling guilty, smiling without wondering how long it'll last. Tiny victories built a life that fear never wanted me to discover. Now when someone says I'm lost, I don't rush to rescue them. I sit beside them because I remember what it felt like when everyone wanted to fix me instead of understanding me. Sometimes presence heals more than perfect words. Sometimes the greatest gift you can give someone is proving they don't have to fight their thoughts alone. If your mind feels heavy tonight, don't believe that tonight will last forever. Storms always sound permanent while you're inside them. Then one morning you wake up and realize the sky has been blue for days. Healing happens so quietly, sometimes you don't notice it until you look back. I was lost in my head. Now I'm learning to make peace with every chapter. I've lived the noise, still visits, but it no longer leads me. Fear still speaks, but hope gets the final word. Every sunrise reminds me I survived. Every night I thought would destroy me. My mind is no longer a prison. It's becoming the place where peace can finally stay. If you're trapped inside your thoughts, please hear this. You are not behind as much as you think. Healing rarely announces itself. It whispers. It grows in ordinary moments, in quiet choices, in another sunrise. Keep going. One day, you'll wake up and notice the place you once feared, living inside, has become the place where you finally found yourself. People think because you smiled today, the battle ended. They don't see how much strength it took just to get here. They don't hear the conversations that happen before the mirror, before the sunrise, before the first word leaves your mouth. The loudest victories usually happen in silence. I used to wake up already defeated before the alarm stopped ringing. My mind had already written the ending. Every possibility ended in failure. Every opportunity ended in regret. I wasn't living life, I was rehearsing disasters, building storms out of clouds that never even learned how to rain. It's amazing how fear can convince you to survive things that were never coming. I spent years trying to silence the voices, then I realized they weren't waiting to be silenced. They were waiting to be replaced. Every lie needed truth, every wound needed grace, every regret needed forgiveness, every empty room needed light. You can't remove darkness by arguing with it. You introduce a flame and suddenly the shadows remember they were never in control. The mind believes whatever you feed it. I spent years feeding fear, now I'm teaching it hope. I forgive myself for surviving the only way I knew how, for pushing people away, for pretending everything was okay, for confusing being numb with being strong. I was carrying invisible wounds. How could I expect my younger self to run freely when he was walking with broken bones? Nobody else could see he deserved compassion, not punishment. I don't hate the old version of me anymore. I visit him, sometimes a scared kid, the exhausted dreamer, the man who almost stopped believing. I shake his hand, tell him you made it. You didn't know how close you were to freedom. You kept breathing when every reason said don't. Then I leave him with something nobody gave him. Hope. Recovery isn't waking up one morning without fear. It's waking up with fear and refusing to let it drive. It's realizing the steering wheel was never supposed to belong to anxiety. It belongs to you, and maybe that's why the road finally feels different now. When people ask, how are you? I answer honestly. Some days I'm healing, some days I'm hurting. Both things can be true. I stopped chasing the perfect version of myself. I'm learning to appreciate the present one, because peace doesn't come from perfection, it comes from acceptance. And acceptance feels a lot like freedom. If your mind feels like a maze tonight, don't panic. Even mazes have exits. Keep walking, keep searching, keep believing. One thought can change an entire life. One conversation, one sunrise, one decision not to quit. The way out may not be as far away as fear keeps telling you. But hope has learned how to sing. Every scar has become a reminder, not of what destroyed me, but of what couldn't. My story didn't end inside my thoughts. It began the day I stopped believing every one of them. Now, my mind isn't perfect, it's honest, and honesty finally led me home. If you've spent years fighting your own mind, listen carefully. You are not broken. You are not too far gone. You are not the thoughts that scare you. You're the person who survived listening to them long enough to discover they were never the author of your future. Keep walking, keep healing, keep choosing tomorrow, because one day the place you once feared the most will become the place where your strength was born. And when that day comes, you realize you were never lost forever. You were simply finding your way home.